Well, yesterday was a day he'll never forget. He managed to capture on his video camera a sight few people have seen. Unmistakably cone-shaped and hovering over homes in Staffordshire, the tornado ripped through the skies, leaving a trail of destruction.
It's coming this way, only about 5 miles away from here.
Went to the garage to go and get some tools out, and the wife Sharon says, you better come and have a look at this. And I looked up and I jarred a bit, raced upstairs, got me a video recorder and started filming.
Elsewhere in the West Midlands, another wind tunnel was filmed as it started to break up.
Wow, that is incredible.
I know, I don't look how close it's coming, I don't.
Violent thunderstorms caused thousands of pounds worth of damage to properties across the region. Torrential flooding forced more than 100 families from their homes, and emergency services were inundated with calls. In Birmingham, a twister tore through a single road, damaging 21 houses. No one was injured.
All of a sudden, I saw a table come flying across here. Yeah, a picnic table. There's 4 legs. Across there, was over the top there. And all the dust and debris came up. Flowers, leaves, bits of tile and everything else. Like a whirlwind going round.
Residents of this Birmingham suburb may have thought last night's tornado was a freak incident, but in fact they're a lot more common than you think. Britain gets about 30 to 40 tornadoes every year, and experts say now is twister season.
Last night another tornado was filmed in Yeovil in Somerset, and this one was seen over Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire. Experts warn more may be on the way. Shuli Ghosh, ITN, Birmingham.
Let's go live now to our science editor, Lawrence. Are we right in thinking that we're likely to see more of these twisters in Britain?
Indeed, it's a bit of a myth, really, Trevor, that tornadoes are rare in Britain. They're not. As Shuli said there, we have over 30 a year. In fact, in our worst year, 1981, we had over 100 tornadoes in just one 5-hour period. And most experts agree that Britain, per unit area, is the worst country in the world for tornadoes. And if the averages hold true, we can expect another 10, perhaps even another 20 this year. So it's fortunate that most of the time they're not very destructive, although I must say it's not very healthy to be in the path of one.
Lawrence, is this a new phenomenon, or is it part of a more general trend of having more freak weather across the world?
Well, whenever this kind of thing happens, Trevor, thunderstorms, flooding in the Midlands, and here in London a beautiful evening, people say, is this related to something like global warming? And it could be. Most experts agree that global warming will bring greater extremes of weather, and this could be part of that trend. The problem is we haven't got records for a long enough period yet to say whether it's part of a trend of global warming or whether it's just a natural variation, just another British summer.
Lawrence McGinty, thank you. After months of speculation, Hillary Clinton has taken the first step to run for elected office, and there'll be more than 3,500 of them working in areas controlled by America, Germany and France. Joe Andrews watched them arrive.
The first Russian troops for the main peacekeeping force on the ground in Kosovo today. It's over 3 weeks since NATO arrived, but it's taken that long to negotiate a deal between NATO and the Russians, which spells out exactly how these soldiers will be deployed and, crucially, from whom they will take their orders. This is just the first group of Russian troops to arrive under the new agreement. Eventually, more than 3,500 will be deployed throughout Kosovo, mainly in the areas populated by the Serb minorities. The contingent came with their own priest, who will minister to all the Russian soldiers here. The new arrivals were also watched by some of their 200 countrymen who've been here since they beat NATO to the airport immediately after the peace was signed. 4 flights with soldiers and equipment on board arrived throughout the day, and the general in charge made it clear that he and his senior officers will take their orders from the peacekeeping forces commanders while they are here, and not Moscow.
My general in the general system is subordinate.
И вы прекрасно знаете, не хуже меня.
And you know better than I do.
Переговоры по этому вопросу велись.
The talks on this have gone on.
И подчиненность здесь только согласно соглашению.
And subordination is only in accordance with those agreements.
Further north, NATO's Supreme Commander in Europe, General Wes Clark, was with French troops in the divided city of Mitrovica. In the next few days, the 1st Battalion of Russians will arrive in this sector to take up their positions alongside the French forces. Jo Andrews, ITN, Kosovo.
Around 20,000 people took to the streets in Serbia last night in the